A speech that changed the community's perception of paternity fraud. Once upon a time, in a small, close-knit community, a man named Daniel was living a seemingly content life with his wife, Sarah, and their 2 children. They were the picture-perfect family in the eyes of their neighbors, but beneath the surface, a secret was eating away at Daniel's heart. One fateful day, Daniel stumbled upon a shocking revelation, the possibility that his youngest child, Lucy, may not be his biological daughter. An anonymous message had arrived, claiming that Sarah had engaged in an affair during the time Lucy was conceived. The news struck Daniel like a thunderbolt, shattering his trust and unraveling the foundation of his world. Overwhelmed by the weight of uncertainty, Daniel could not bear to keep this burden to himself any longer. He decided to address his community, gathering them in the town square for a speech that would forever change their perception of paternity fraud. As Daniel stood before the anxious crowd, he shared his story, the love he had poured into his children, the dreams he had woven for their future, and the devastating realization that his blood did not flow through Lucy's veins. His words were met with gasps of disbelief and murmurs of sympathy, as faces in the crowd mirrored his pain. Daniel's speech shed light on an issue that had long been hidden away, swept under the rug of societal expectations. He spoke of the countless individuals who silently bore the weight of paternity fraud, their voices muffled by shame and fear. He urged everyone present to recognize the devastating consequences of deception, not just for the betrayed fathers, but for the children and families involved. Through his heartfelt words, Daniel unveiled a plea for change. He called for a shift in mindset, where honesty and transparency cast away the shadows of deceit. He advocated for legal reforms that would protect both the rights of men and the well-being of children, ensuring that the burden of proof did not unfairly fall on the shoulders of the betrayed. His speech resonated deeply within the hearts of the community. The story of Daniel's pain sparked a collective awakening, igniting a desire for unity and justice. The townspeople pledged their support, vowing to stand against the epidemic of paternity fraud that haunted their community and countless others around the world. In the aftermath of Daniel's speech, a ripple of change began to spread. Awareness campaigns were launched, educating individuals about the importance of trust and disclosure in relationships. Legal reforms were proposed, aimed at evening the scales of justice and ensuring fairness for all parties involved. Daniel's courage and vulnerability had served as a catalyst for transformation. His speech had sparked a movement, a global effort to address the issue of paternity fraud head-on and pave the way for a future built on trust and integrity. From that day forward, Daniel became a beacon of hope for those who had suffered in silence. His story had become a symbol of resilience and the power of speaking one's truth. And as the sun set over the town, a newfound sense of unity and purpose began to emerge, birthing a world where paternity fraud was no longer veiled in secrecy, but confronted with compassion and determination. And so, the story of Daniel's speech lived on, inspiring generations to come, reminding them of the importance of honesty, trust, and the pursuit of justice. Thanks for watching.